I do portraits of officers killed in the line of duty for their families. To date, since March of 2016, I've done around 350. An officer in Philadelphia, Sergeant Robert Wilson, was killed in the line of duty in March of 2015. So for the 1-year anniversary, I decided to do a portrait of him. He got posthumously promoted to the rank of sergeant. So I did a portrait of him wearing his uniform, sergeant stripes, his Medal of Honor that he got, his Medal of Valor.
You know, you're already drinking, but you're not even drinking the stuff that you brought. What'd you bring?
I actually brought something that's exclusive to Philly, Philadelphia. This is Kinsey bourbon. It's from straight from the distillery in Northern Liberty. So
Awesome. Well, we should drink some of that. Your boys over at Brothers Before Others brought up the spectacular mug, which some people are going to love and some are going to hate. Made by cops. Fair.
I guess it's what goes inside of it.
So I know that you typically sip on Cosmos. It's not that pink, but why don't we pour you a little bit of whiskey?
Sure.
So you're from Philly.
I am.
Where do you want to start? You want to talk about portraits?
Yeah. I am a Philadelphia police officer, but my current job is the forensic composite artist. So basically, I do the composite sketches of suspects during the day. Anytime a victim or witness sees somebody commits a crime, they come to me. I basically put that person on paper, and then it gets distributed out to the city, to the officers, see if they can find that person.
How do you get into that line of work? Do you start like sketching people at a beach one day after playing a band? Like, how do you get there?
Well, I've been kind of drawing my whole life, but when I became a police officer, I never really had a need for it. I was working patrol in a tactical unit, so there wasn't much time for it. When I heard our guy was retiring, I put a transfer in and got the job a year later. So they wanted to see my portfolio. I drew a couple portraits for them, and now this is what I do full time. So I do portraits of officers killed in the line of duty for their families. To date, since March of 2016, I've done around 350.
Holy cow. How'd that all start? Was there a moment?
An officer in Philadelphia, Sergeant Robert Wilson, was killed in the line of duty in March of 2015. So for the 1-year anniversary, I decided to do a portrait of him. He got posthumously promoted to the rank of sergeant. So I did a portrait of him wearing his uniform, sergeant stripes, his Medal of Honor that he got, his Medal of Valor. And it kind of took off from there. That was the first one I did, and I haven't stopped since.
Talk to me a little bit about your involvement in Brothers Before Others.
They're a charitable organization, basically to give back to police officers families. They reached out to me and saw what I was doing. They have a lot of connects throughout the law enforcement community around the country. So they basically helped me get in contact with these families. They know of a certain family that has an anniversary coming up or some sort of event. I try my best to be a part of that, do a portrait. This way they have something to present to the wife, to the family, to the children. So they've helped me with quite a few since I've got involved with them. The Parkland anniversary is coming up beginning of next year in February. We're working on going down there to actually present framed canvases of each of the victims. I've been working on it ever since it happened, so I'm about halfway done. I still have quite a lot of work to do, but I do plan on being finished by then, and we will travel down there to Florida and make sure these families get them.
Now, I've got to ask this question because, listen, I'm a businessman. Who pays for all this?
I do.
You pay for all this out of your own pocket?
Yes, I have. Since I started, roughly it costs maybe about $18 an officer to get maybe 6 or 7 prints, professional prints done at a local print shop. I ship them out, shipping tubes, postage, all together. But since I started, it's me. I handle most of it. Brothers Before Others has helped me quite a bit with that, raising money from donations to help me, but for the most part, it does come out of pocket.
So you're looking shipping and everything, probably $40 a pop?
Yeah.
Easily?
Yeah.
So I'll tell you this right now, for the rest of the year, hopefully you don't need to make another one of them, but if you do, we'll cover all those printing costs, shipping costs, and everything. So just let us know. And my ask out of all of you guys is that you could help kick in some funds. This guy's doing all the travel, everything out of his own pocket. So I think the least we can do is help him out, because that's truly a labor of love, man.
Thank you very much. It's amazing.
Talk to me about law enforcement.
I've been a Philadelphia police officer now for over 12 years. The most of that was spent doing patrol in West Philadelphia, which is, if you're not familiar with Philly, it's one of the worst areas. A lot of crime, a lot of violence. So about 9 years I did that, and then I've been down there doing the forensic art for about 3 years now. So that's my law enforcement for the city. I was a military police officer in the U.S. Army, corporal, and I did a tour over in Iraq in 2004, 2005. So that's pretty much the extent of the last 14 years of law enforcement for me.
What do you want people to know? What do you want their takeaway to be?
Just that, anytime one of these portraits is painted, it's, an officer was killed in the line of duty. And it's not even just officers. I do service members killed overseas in Iraq and Afghanistan, some civilian victims of crime. This gentleman right here, Junior Guzman from the Bronx, he was savagely murdered a few months ago, and actually did his portrait. It was received very well, especially in New York, and we are working on getting that 16 by 20 frame canvas to his family in the Bronx. So
that's incredible, man. How can people support you?
Just by going on to my Facebook page, Jonny Castro Art, just sharing the portraits. That's the best way to get them, because a lot of times I do these and they never get to the families. Families don't even know I've done them, because nobody from that area has shared it. So sometimes they'll reach out to me a year later and say, I just saw the portrait you did. I ship them out to the departments. Sometimes I hear back, sometimes I don't, so I don't even know if the families get them or not.
Oh, well, we'll fix that. From now on, every one of them is getting featured on Law Enforcement Today. All you have to do is say go.
Thank you very much.
And then we expect all of you to share the freaking portraits too. It's the least you could do, right?
Yeah, any help would be great, is just making sure these families see them.
Awesome. Brother, thanks for the work that you're doing. Thanks for taking the trip up to Connecticut. Hope you enjoyed lunch.
I did. It was excellent. Thank you very much.
Your name goes on the whiskey, goes on the whiskey wall. You're officially family. Thanks for hitting the share button on this video. God bless America.
Thank you.